All right, 6:19 here on the East Coast, 5:19 across Texas this evening. NewsNation sitting down with the governor there, Greg Abbott, for an exclusive interview. Texas, of course, the second largest state in this country. The governor has a big job there before him with a host of issues. Our Allie Bradley joins us live with what Greg Abbott had to tell you, Allie. All right, lots of issues, of course, there all across the Lone Star State. Let's start with, I guess I would say is probably the most prominent, and the border. What do you say?
Yeah, Blake, you're exactly right. Just wrapped up that conversation here at the governor's mansion with Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who said that the state is actually actively seeking billions of dollars in reimbursement from the federal government when it comes to the money spent in securing the border. Now, Texas is not building any wall right now, but says they will gladly step back in and start reconstructing that wall if it's necessary. Take a listen to what he said.
The Trump administration has now opened up the window for us to be able to file for reimbursement of the expenses that we incurred. And we're seeking reimbursement as we speak right now of billions of dollars of costs that Texas incurred to secure the border in the failure of the Biden administration to do its job. If the border wall construction is incomplete at the end of the Trump administration, and if his successor is not like-minded and will continue to secure the border, then Texas will again step up and make sure we use every measure possible to secure the border.
Now, Blake, the governor also talked about Operation Lone Star, that, of course, the program that he started to help secure the border and crack down on human and drug smuggling, but says that that program will remain as we are still seeing drugs and people coming into the country illegally. He said a big difference, though, is now they're working with their federal counterparts in cracking down on that human and drug smuggling. Now, when it comes to the Senate race, I asked him about that as well, and he said he is confident that Texas is going to remain red, and said if a Democrat wins, they're just going to want open borders. Blake?
All right, so there he is on the border, and obviously the big race there in Texas with Tallarico and Paxton. What about, though, the issue, and this is one of the issues, Allie, it doesn't matter what state you're in. We've seen it all over the country, red state, blue state, purple, you name it, doesn't matter where you are, which are data centers. What's his position? What's going on there?
Yeah, so obviously it's rapidly expanding, and he is one that has really led the charge in the AI boom, but he has requested more oversight when it comes to these AI data centers. And he says that while this is a growing trend, he says that Texans' livelihoods and their quality of life is still the top priority for him. Take a listen there.
Data centers must bring their own power. They must reuse their own water, and they must reduce electricity costs for residential customers as well as small business customers. Those are bottom line expectations.
Okay, so what about the power grid? Obviously, there were issues with it in the past, but he said the power grid would not be impacted by these data centers, and says the grid is stronger than ever. Now, when it comes to the New World screwworm, that is also a big topic and something that a lot of Texans are concerned about. He said that they are releasing hundreds of millions of sterile flies, and if ranchers do have a case, they want them to report it so that they can release those sterile flies in their area and prevent that disease from spreading any further. Right now, Blake, he says there are about 15 reported cases across Texas. Blake?
Yeah, Allie, it's interesting. We had a rancher from Texas on the show just the other day, and this rancher said to me they weren't as concerned as much about screwworm, which is obviously a huge story down there, but he brought it up out of nowhere saying, you know what, the thing I'm keeping my eye on is data centers. And it's why I say no matter where you are, whether you're in Texas or beyond, it's what we're hearing. Our Allie Bradley sitting down with the governor there in Texas tonight. Great job, Allie. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.